But we start with the fascinating breaking news in the last hour and a fresh twist in Manchester United's turbulent search for a midfielder. As you can see, Dharmesh Sheth alongside me now. And Dharmesh, a name that none of us saw coming.
This one has come pretty much out of the blue, Joe, and it is about the man you can see on your screen just now. That is Youri Tielemans from Aston Villa. It's our understanding that Manchester United are in advanced talks to sign the Aston Villa midfielder Youri Tielemans. The big question is why would Aston Villa want to sell? Well, they don't want to sell. They have got no intention of selling Youri Tielemans. However, they have been hamstrung slightly because part of his contract contains a release clause, which we understand to be around £36 million, which Manchester United are prepared to pay. This one is going to accelerate, and it has accelerated since Belgium were knocked out of the World Cup by Spain last week. And since that has happened, Manchester United have put the wheels in motion. And when you have a release clause and a club is prepared to meet it, this kind of deal can move very, very quickly. And that's what looks like it is happening now. Manchester United in advanced talks to sign Youri Tielemans from Aston Villa for a fee of around £36 million, which is the release clause in the Belgian international's contract.
Yeah, and you mentioned the question, why would Aston Villa want to sell him? Why do you think Manchester United are targeting him?
I don't know how many times I've stood here with you, Joe, during this transfer window so far. And when we've talked about Manchester United, the big priority throughout this transfer window has been midfield. And from it being, they need to sign one midfielder, maybe two midfielders. We could even see Manchester United trying to sign three midfielders in this transfer window. So that has been the priority from minute one of this transfer window. In fact, even before the transfer window opened, because we knew that Casemiro was going to be leaving Manchester United. And now there's the added complication that Manuel Ugarte has got a serious knee injury that he suffered during the World Cup with Uruguay. And you know what? I think Manchester United might have been prepared to listen to offers for someone like Manuel Ugarte to free up some squad space, some wages space and some transfer fee money to come into the club to be able to fund other midfield moves. But it's clear that Ugarte isn't going anywhere at the moment, and it's clear he's not going to be playing for Manchester United, having that serious knee injury. So United in the market for two, maybe even three midfielders. Youri Tielemans looks like he could be one of them.
Yeah, and what about where they stand in terms of those other midfield targets? Are they close to bringing any more in right now?
Right. Two big stories over the past week. We do know that they had agreed a deal with Atalanta for Ederson for a fee in the region of £38 million. He'd been having a medical over the past week once Brazil had been knocked out of the World Cup by Norway. However, that one now has gone a little bit cold, and that deal looks like it is in the balance. It is more off than on at the moment. So as it stands, it doesn't look like Manchester United are going to pursue a deal for Ederson from Atalanta. For Atalanta's part, they maintain that the player is fully fit. We haven't been given full details on why this deal might break down, whether it's a medical issue or whether Manchester United have simply had a change of heart and then diverted their attention to someone like Youri Tielemans. The other player that looks like it is very, very close and a deal has been agreed is with Chelsea for their Brazilian midfielder, Andre Santos. That deal is worth £50 million. It's £48 million initial payment plus £2 million in performance-related add-ons. Now, if you add up those two fees, 50 million plus 36 million, it's £86 million. That's almost exactly the same fee that Tottenham Hotspur have paid West Ham United for Matheus Fernandes, who, of course, Manchester United were interested in as well. The other midfielders we need to keep an eye on with regard to United. Aurelien Tchouameni was a big target of theirs throughout this window, but it looks like Jose Mourinho wants to keep him at Real Madrid, and he's expected to sign a new contract. The other names in the frame, moving higher up the list, Bournemouth midfielder Alex Scott. There's a big interest there from Manchester United. Whether Bournemouth would want to do business in this transfer window over one of their prized assets, that's another question. Sander Berge is another player from Fulham who United have had an historic interest in, and maybe another player who is on that list. Ayoub Bouadi, we've all seen how he performed for Morocco during the World Cup. He's another name that has been mentioned. And Felix Mecha from Borussia Dortmund. Again, a long-term admiration for Manchester United has been held. maybe one of those, or maybe, as we've seen with Youri Tielemans, there'll be another name that comes out from nowhere and Manchester United will try and pursue.
Yes, we'll be talking about this a lot more over the coming days. Darmish, thank you very much for now.